still anyways. You want to just go just for us? Why not?
Come here!
And looking for his first points in the night is senior forward Chris Welling.
As Tim Richardson checks in for Theo Ewert. Ewert 0 for 1 on the field so far, as Captain Chris Welling gets set to shoot the second.
And that one falls for him. Early 5-0 leader for the Friars, 2 minutes into this one.
And it looks like they're opting with the press. Let's see if they break it.
Hustle there by Chris Welling. It'll be a jump ball. Looks like it'll stay in possession of the Red Storm here. Some good hustle there by Rouse. Inbounding here, Jalen Hernandez. Only 5'7", but boy does he bring some heart to the floor for this St. John's Prep team. Lobbed into Rouse. Couldn't quite handle that one. It'll be a turnover.
Yeah, second turnover so far for the Red Storm. Friars are playing good defense, and they're going to stick with the press so far.
And, of course, throughout this season so far, we've seen the Friars play some high-pressing basketball. They really pick and choose whenever they put pressure on a team. As View steps back on the wing, launches up a three. Couldn't find points there, but Estevez took out his legs. It'll be 3 shots from the line for Nick View. View, of course, a 2-year member, sporting that signature number 1. Hit a 3 early on in this one, so he'll be looking for potential 6 pointers. 6 points so far in this quarter.
78% shooter from the line.
And as that first one falls, Joe, from what you've seen of the Friars so far, how exactly do you think they could operate that sort of high-pressing play style and how they play on offense into a winning basketball game?
Well, so far they've shown a lot of ball movement, and they've shown that they can handle the pressure from this defense so far as he hits the second one. I could see them sticking with that. They love to shoot the 3 ball, and they shoot it with excellence, so I'd look for that.
Gotta agree with you there. You saw in that New Hyde Park game, just a week ago today that on some scoring possessions, these Friars strung together anywhere from 7 to 10 passes on a bad one. As all 3 free throws fall. And Hernandez has this one. Hounded by View. Picks to the corner. That's Richardson. Doesn't find anything there. Ends up back with Hernandez. In the corner, Estevez. Rouse now. Snyder on him. Rouse through contact. Thought he saw a man in the corner. No one's there. Another turnover early on for St. John's Prep.
Yeah, and Salagano's got to be loving it, what you're seeing from his defense right now. Swarming possessions, and honestly, they haven't really gotten a good look yet so far. And St. Anthony's off to a good start defensively.
And in comes Dylan Pargan for the Red Storm here. As Chris Welling, you see here, standing at 6'4", still bringing up that ball. Mannix for 3. Can he get that one to go? No, he can't. Hits front rim. Fight for the rebound. It'll be a foul on Chris Welling. And I was mentioning it earlier. You really think anybody on this team can bring up the ball if you're St. Anthony's? What do you think about that kind of fluid basketball being played by Salagano's team?
Oh, it's great. Versatility as the 3 gets them on the board. Like I was saying before, versatility is huge as there's a turnover here, and he knocks it down from the layup. So quick 5-point swing for St. Anthony so far as Moore swings it up to View, up to Mannix. His is swatted away.
And a lot of momentum swinging in the favor of the Redmen here. Big block there by Rouse on Snyder. Sorry, on Mannix. And quick 1-point game with 4 minutes to go. Quickly underneath to Snyder. Can't quite handle it. Fast break here. Estevez with Rouse underneath. Takes it himself. And another foul on Chris Welling.
Yeah, that's 2 already for him. He's got to be careful.
And it's Timothy Richardson. Actually, Aaron Estevez going to the line for 2. And Joe, what do you think about that quick, real shift in momentum? 5 quick points for St. John's.
Yeah, it wasn't looking like they were getting much, but they were able to drain the 3 and get a quick turnover off the bounce. So definitely a even-keeled game so far.
As Estevez misses the first one, can he hit the second? Yes, he does. That's all tied up here at 6 apiece. Snyder doing laps on that inbound play. It's up to Mannix. Snyder now finds View in the corner. Can he get one up? Drives in and loses possession. And off the hands of Estevez, Friars will keep it.
Yeah, so far the Friars are doing a pretty decent job breaking the press. They've gotten the ball into the corner. They just need to capitalize on their looks.
And more inbounding here. Sloppy play there. Mannix to View for 3. Got it! Another set of triples for Nick View early on in this first quarter. He's got 7. Doesn't look like he's going to stop anytime soon as a carry called there on Hernandez. Another turnover forced by this tenacious Friars defense.
Yeah, another corner 3 from View. It looks like he's really trigger happy from there. It looks really good so far.
Moore bringing it up. The closest thing you can get on this roster to a true point guard. He's leading the team in assists with 3 so far this season, but he turns it over there. Richardson to the rack. Almost finished over 2 people. And they'll call offensive interference here on Rouse. And in for Connor Mannix comes Tyheem Mills. Started that game against New Hyde Park, but he'll be the 6th man this time around. And it looks like the Red Storm will be coming in with a high press of their own.
Yeah, I know. You called Dalton.
Yeah, it's been all gas so far for this Red Storm. They are not backing off of the press. And to build on that, if they get tired early on, that could open up an advantage for the Friars.
In 8-minute quarters, to get tired, you might need to spend a lot of gas. But I'm sure the coaches wouldn't exactly be sad about using all your energy. As Snyder, hounded by the defense, up to View. It's a 2v1 here. Takes it himself, and he's hacked. The Red Storm sideline are livid. as View will go back to the line. His 4th and 5th free throws of the night so far. And what you see from play style from Nick View, you might not see him as the score-first mentality type of player. I mean, last year, as a sophomore when he was pulled up to the varsity program, he was really more of a spot-up shooter than anything. One of the shorter players on the team starting, but still really setting those corners and wings, got threes when he could. But now he's leading the team in points so far, on average and in total. As we'll see what he can do here tonight as this season comes to its 3rd game for the Friars. Good defense by Mills, quick hands. Estevez up to Dylan Pargan. Rouse, top of the key, got Snyder jumping. Drives on him left, floats it up, and favorable roll there. 11-8 score here with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Friars moving quick now. Moore to Snyder. Snyder looked for the shot. View, quick pass, another one. Moore slips a bit to Snyder. 3 men on Snyder out to Welling. And they look to reset to View with 17 seconds on the shot clock.
Great ball movement this possession.
Kevin Moore, he can really get an offense going with that electric speed he has. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Drives in past 2 people. Tries to spin around a man, but he's fouled. Ref says it's a trip by Pargan.
And that looks to be St. John's 5th foul of the quarter so far.
And only 6 minutes past. St. Anthony's is in the bonus. So Kevin Moore will be looking for his first few points of the night from the free throw line. First one here to extend the lead to 4. And that one falls. Kevin Moore only shot 4 so far this season, including that one, but he isn't a 100% shooter from the line. So if anyone, you can rely on him to hit those from 15 feet out.
Yeah, another one of those St. Anthony's combo guards that can really get it done on both sides. And he's a very capable shooter, like you alluded to him.
And combo guards is a phrase you can very often use with the St. Anthony's team. I mean, right now they have Moore, Mills, and View all out on the floor together. With the defensive play, you'd be surprised that they aren't an all-offense type of team. As Pargan here on the wing to Rouse. Rouse looking for an option. It's Hernandez. Off the feet of Rouse. Hernandez tried the bounce pass, but another turnover for St. John's Prep.
Yeah, so far on this press, it looks like it's been Snyder to View as we see him get another Hail Mary.
Tahim Mills in the mid-range. Can he hit it? No, he can't. Mills hit the first shot of the Friars season, a three-pointer to open that game against New Hyde Park. Since then, he hasn't scored. Tried to get his second field goal of the season there. Did not fall. There's a bit of confusion here for St. John's. Out to Pargan on the wing. Guarded by Mills. Richardson driving on Mannix. Lefty off the glass, and that goes. 2-point game, 2 minutes left. And Mills deep in his own half, tries to find View, he does. He's got Moore as an option. Moore gets down with it to Snyder. View and Snyder looking to play that two-man game. Quick hands by View. Kicks out to Mills. And a faint slip of the hand there by Mills results in a turnover. And St. John's have a chance to tie or go ahead with a field goal here. As Costa Dumas looks to come into the game. And Pargan hands off to Hernandez. Rouse pulls from three. Got it! First lead of the night for St. John's. A 7-0 run for the Red Storm. There's good hands there on the baseline by Nikhil Nagy. Snyder struggled to get it in.
As we see Costa Dormas, the junior, come in for St. John's.
As Moore now looking to inbound. Barely gets it into View. 4 people around Mills as he eventually finds Moore. Crossover there. Corner to Mannix. Mills to Mannix to Moore. Snyder down low on the block. Out to Mannix to View. Back to Mannix for three. Heaves it. It's off rim. No good. 1 minute left to go in this quarter. Pargan driving on Mannix. Floats it up. Lightning does not strike twice there as View gets the fast break going, and he's fouled by Hernandez. And Joe, it seems that as soon as Coach Logano went with this three-guard lineup, that's really when St. John started to pounce. What do you make of that?
I think that the size difference of St. Anthony's does have its perks and its cons. I feel like the defense has been pretty good so far, but just been spacing the floor with Krause so far.
And View back to the free throw line. Art has 8 points already, making up 2/3 of the Friars' points so far. As the first one doesn't fall for View. 1:02 left in this first quarter. Friars down by 1. And the second free throw falls, we got a tie game. Hernandez has played the whole quarter so far. Both the number ones matched up in coverage. Careening around that defense. Good hands by View. Pokes it out, but Hernandez keeps it. Off it goes to Nagy. Pargan now with Mannix on him. He's like that matchup. Pass to Mills. And back to Dormas. And back up to Pargan. A rebound there. The pins, and Nagy gets him in. Jump in and gets 2 points for himself.
Like a rebounding there for St. Anthony's. Second chance points at a premium in this one.
And no shot clock left to go as the Friars will look for the last shot.
You got to hold the ball here.
You have to say, 13 seconds left. Coach Logano screaming from his sideline, benches up. Moore into traffic, throws it up, but the referee will say it's a foul on the floor. And in the bonus, it'll be Moore going to the line with 4.7 left on the clock. Foul on Dormas. And for the first quarter, that's already the double. For the first quarter, that's already the double bonus for St. John's. And the first one doesn't go for Moore. Friars not exactly efficient tonight from the free throw line. The free throw maker will pull the Friars within one, and that's exactly what he does. Now 4.7 seconds left on the clock. St. John's can get the lead up to 4 here. Dormas trying to take it himself. Welling guards him. And a travel called with 0.2 on the shot clock. And there's not much you can do here but watch the shot clock expire. But hey, who knows?
We've seen worse.
You got that right.
But it seems Dormas unaware of the shot clock there as it's heaved up.
And not much you can do there. I said it first time. And that comes to the conclusion of the first quarter. Friars 14, St. John's 15. Good game we've got. A good game early on here in Melville. Joe, what do you make of that?
Definitely a tale of two subquarters, if you will. St. Anthony's coming out strong so far, and really St. John's had the strong run at the end of the quarter to make it a 1-point game, but anything can happen in the first quarter, so let's see what this second quarter brings.
Yeah, Friars were up 12-8. Went on a 7-2 run there, the Red Storm did. But as we've seen here, you don't like to cling to things like it, but the Friars have been a second-half team so far in this season. However, they have had some good second quarters. Some bad second quarters, as in their last loss to Construction in the Archbishop Malloy Invitational. They got outscored 20-10 in that second quarter. A real blemish on a game that was very, very tight, apart from that 1 8-minute section of play. As we'll get resumed here back, it'll be St. Anthony's ball.
As the Friars break the huddle to start the second quarter from Gus Alperi Court, it's a 1-point game as the Friars look to inbound.
That's fine. All good. All right.
To start this second quarter, it'll be Snyder, Moore, View, Mannix, and Welling. So the starting 5 back out for St. Anthony's. As Moore's looking for a play, picks up the dribble, guarded tightly, gets it to Mannix. It's Snyder left side, looks for the back door, back to Mannix outside, and it's kick ball, and it's turnover for St. Anthony's. So, sorry, Em. Go ahead.
And that's really just good defense for St. John's. I mean, first play of the quarter, Salagano had to have been in that huddle praying for his team to get some real offense going. But just good hands there as it comes off the legs of Snyder.
As Rouse looks to go baseline, tough finish and book it. He gets the foul and is on the way for the N1 opportunity. Foul on Snyder, and Rouse looks to capitalize on the three-point play.
And ever since that run started halfway through that first quarter, you can really describe this St. John's team as overwhelming, if anything. Especially Rouse. He's really made an impact so far, especially defending Snyder.
Yeah, and we see Snyder come out. Solid first quarter plus for him so far as the freshman Xavier Bala checks in for the first time today. As it is wide right from the free throw line, and Bala, we see him get the ball. As Moore looks to bring it up and gets it down low, and Welling knocks it down from the layups. So pressure from St. Anthony's as St. John's go the other way. Teardrop shot, no good. View kicks it to Welling, back to Bala. Moore in the corner.
See, Welling got
gets back to View for 3, no good. Hustle play by Welling, and it is out of bounds.
And you saw Welling got hacked on the face on that last play, fighting for the rebound, but clearly he still is able to keep his head up for hustle plays like that.
Yeah, he's certainly a tough kid. As Pargan gets the ball to Hernandez, Hernandez pushes pace, back in the corner, and the layup is good. So far this second quarter, St. John's having their way at the rim as Moore looks to push pace. Bala for the open 3, no good. Rebound View.
And you love to see it out of these guards here for St. Anthony's. Nothing but speed so far.
Moore tries to get the back door to Mannix. No good. Turnover. And it is no good. Layup. Back goes View. Moore pushing pace again. Guarded by Barron, and foul on the floor.
And these guards, you have Estevez on one end, Moore on the other. Two really quick, really swift players. As Ben Valentino comes into the game for Connor Mannix, they're really just going at every defense, putting shoulders into it, whether the ball goes in or not. Good pass there.
Sloppy play from St. Anthony's, but they get the rebound. Moore looks to orchestrate the offense. Moore penetrating on him. Another foul. And it's on the floor, they say. Yeah, it's on the floor, so he will not be shooting free throws. Another foul for St. John's.
I mean, he was most definitely trying to gather there. I'm surprised that didn't end in 2 points. At least one free throw from Moore. It did go in.
Gets it out to Valentino. Kicks it to Welling. Welling guarded by Hernandez. Hits Bala, left side. Valentino, open 3. Just short. Rebound Welling, and he puts it back in. So Chris Welling doing dirty work on, as there is a loose ball foul on near the basket, as that will be no basket.
Well, they'll count it, but I think it'll be a delay of game on Chris Welling. He's got to watch out. If he gets another one of those, that'll be a tech for him.
And in a one-point game, the Friars do not want to be giving away free baskets. As Hernandez looks to bring the ball back up. Kicks it back outside. Hernandez, left side. Krause for open 3. Knocks it down. Nick Krause with a few open 3s so far.
And already a 6'6" guard. You could say this guy's an anomaly in the first place, but he's stroking that thing from down deep.
Moore hits it out the ball, swings it to Valentino, skip pass around the arc so far. Brings it back out to Bala. Valentino gets it down low block to Welling. He's swarmed by the Red Storm as they go over the other way. Estevez back in the corner. Resets back out too. And it is stolen away by St. Anthony's. Moore. Layup no good, but there's a foul on the play.
And St. John's are livid at that decision. They thought that had to have been a jump ball. Great job by Hernandez fitting himself in between the ball and Moore. And to be fair, I have to agree with them. From this angle, it did look like he had two hands on the ball.
Bala's going to be shooting his first free throws of the contest. Knocks down the first one, as that'll make it a 3-point game.
And Bali, haven't seen too much of him here in the season. He picked up 8 points late in that game against New Hyde Park, but the game was far out of reach. These are really some of the first real competitive minutes he's been getting all season.
As St. John's look to push pace. Back corner three. It's good. Another three. So the corner three's becoming a huge factor in this one for the Red Storm as more pressure. And View looks to... And it is swatted away by Hernandez.
The bench is loud. The energy on the court seemingly infinite here for St. John's. They're just putting the Friars in a whirlwind as they've got a 6-point lead early on here in the second.
As Nick View comes out of the game, and back into the game, Snyder and Mannix. Valentino to inbound it for the Friars.
And View, your leading scorer out now. You really have to see who can really get their hands hot and provide that true scoring option to come back from this deficit.
Valentino fakes it left side. Mannix. High pass to Valentino. Swarmed in the paint. Out to Mannix. Welling to Snyder up top. Moore looking to do some work.
You got to get a shot off soon here.
5 on the clock. Moore penetrates. Gets the ball poked away, and that'll be...
I think it'll stay on this end, yeah. Snyder was asking the ref because he thought it deflected.
Yeah, tough to see from here. But it'll stay with St. Anthony's as Moore checks out of the game.
Look, and they draw up here. 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Welling heaves up a prayer. Rims in and out. And it'll go the other way.
And that's really the most you can ask from the Friars on that possession.
Bargan looking to push pace. Brings it back out. Guarded tightly by View. Looking for a screen. Doesn't get it. Looks to beat the man. Finds a man down low. Pretty feed from there. Pretty feed from Dylan Pargan to push the lead to 8.
And Valentino's lucky that wasn't an and one. You can just tell that it's an 8-0 lead. It's an 8-point lead here for the Red Storm. And St. Anthony's is really starting to get frustrated. This is their largest deficit of the season.
As Sal Logano calls a timeout as the Friars look to break the dry spell. So, and with 3:29 left to go in the second quarter so far, what have you seen out of St. Anthony's, and what can they do better?
Well, I think that they're really just still trying to ride the momentum of that opening run that got them up, I guess, 4 points. I think it was 12-8. But since then, they really haven't been able to find the right person on each play. I mean, View's gotten some points early on. Of course, many have come from the free throw line. But I still feel like there's a lot to be worked on for this offense. I mean, getting the likes of Snyder down low in the paint, of course, they're really throwing double teams and just triple teams, quadruple teams, whatever they can at whoever has the ball for St. Anthony's. But really, I just think you have to get those captains, Snyder and Welling, they're real faces of leadership for this team. If anyone needs to get this team going, it's them.
As teams look to break the huddle. it'll be Mills, Snyder, Mannix, View, and Welling for St. Anthony's as they look to snap the cold streak so far from the field.
It looks like St. John's opening in a 2-3 zone. We've seen that all game.
Hits View. View brings it back out. Now here's View. Guarded tightly, poked away. Open three, no good, as it's taken other way.
And I'm not saying that offense was slow by any means, but they really need to kick it into an extra gear if they're looking to break down this real airtight defense from St. John's.
As Pargan's looking to penetrate. Open shot, right side, no good. Rebound Mannix. Mannix swarmed by Red Storm as he gets it to View. Hits back up to Mannix, looking to push pace. Mills looks at the rim, doesn't fire. Back to Mills, open three, no good. Rebound Snyder. Snyder, power dribble, back out to Mew. To Welling, to Mannix. Looks to penetrate. The contact, no good. Rebound Mills, and that'll be taken back by Williams.
And they did everything right on that position. They found the open man. They got open shots. It could not fall for them there. Unfortunate play for the Friars.
Pargan looking to make something happen. Williams with the N1 contact.
And that is the last thing you need if you're St. Anthony's. If they're going to score, you just got to keep the physicality out of it. That's a big body down low. You can't be hacking him like that.
And the foul on Mills is, looks like Kevin Moore is going to check back in for Connor Mannix. As Costa Dormas checks back in for Dylan Pargan. Williams' first free throw attempt of the game. Knocks it down. As we see more subs, Patrick Rouse back into the game. Leading scorer so far for Prep.
And you mentioned Dormas was coming back in, as it looks like St. John's got rid of their full court press.
Yeah,
When Dormas got subbed in earlier, that's really when momentum started. He's been electric for this team so far. Real necessity.
Kicks it down low to Snyder. Back to Mills. Swings it for View for three. No good. Rebound Snyder. More open three. No good. Another offensive rebound for the Friars as View pulls it back out. View looking to make something happen. Gets it to Snyder. Snyder bounce pass to View. Back to Mills as there's a whistle on the court.
I think it'll be a foul on Rouse, who was on Snyder there, just an elbow to the back as he was trying to set a screen underneath. And I said it once, I'll say it again, but hopefully I won't have to say it any more times. The shots just aren't falling for the Friars right now.
To View in the corner, to Snyder. Swarmed. View open three. No good. Front iron as it's taken back. Now here's Dormas. Dormas looks to penetrate. Euro step, and it's good. That'll push the lead to 13. As Moore looks to bring it up with a little over 1 minute to go. We're seeing this Friars offense have problems with the zone as Mills kicks to the View. View pull-up jump shot. Short right. Rebound Kraus. Elgert for three. No good. Rebound Kraus, and he gets the lay-in to go.
And not a box out in sight there for St. Anthony's. You see Kevin Moore shaking his head as he brings the ball up the court. This is just not how the Friars wanted to start this game in this first half.
Mills gets to View in the corner. That's where he's so good. View gets it back to Moore. Mills open three. Knocks it down. So first of few threes for the Friars so far in this second quarter. And that'll turn off the shot clock.
And they really needed that. It's just a shame it only cut the lead to 12.
As he gets it to Kraus in the corner. Looks like this will be the last possession, and they find him down low, and he gets the friendly bounce. As Friars look to push pace. 6 on the clock. Moore bringing upfield. Looks to penetrate. Gets the ball stripped away Quick shot here, and it is no good. Too much horsepower on that, but a rough half for the Friars. That's a 14-point deficit to begin this first half. And that'll take us to the break. All right, start of the second half. It's been a red storm so far as the Friars are trailing by 14. During that first half of play, Friars solid first quarter, but getting outscored by 13 during that second. I'm Joe Wallace along with Eamon Bevan. Eamon, what do the Friars have to do to make this one a winnable game?
I think they just have to play how they opened. I think some of the substitutions just didn't really mesh together when it comes to the rotations, but they can still get it done that way. I feel like when Nick View's hands stopped getting hot, I think he kind of got a bit hesitant, but there's of course a way to come back from that. I think that the momentum just really got to some of the Friars' heads, and that's just not what you need to do when you're down 14 at half.
Yeah, and we've seen the St. John's Prep go with the 2-3 zone approach, and that has really stifled the Friars. They are doing a good job trying to beat the zone as they're getting the ball to the block a lot and the free throw line. So there's not a whole lot to complain about in terms of approach. The Friars just have been unlucky with hitting their shots, and that's one thing that's, hey, it's basketball.
And it's the three-pointers that are really missing. Of course, they've been getting some open shots, and when those have been going in, amazing. But it's not enough for them to really come back if that's going to be their approach for the second half. I mean, when you look at how they played during that second quarter, that was a just brick wall of red shirts. You could not touch the paint if you were St. Anthony's in that second quarter. I think you just really need to put some elbow grease into this second half and really get your offense going that way.
But there is a lack of isolation, and honestly, you got to keep it that way. Ball movement is key in beating his zone, and St. Anthony's has the personnel to do it. I expect a much better second half. The horn sounds, and we are almost underway in the second half. It'll be Hernandez, Richardson, Krause, Pargan, and it looks like it'll be Alston, along with it being St. John's ball to start the second half.
And looking at that Friars bench, it looks like they're going to be turning back to their starters. One thing I really want to see in this second 16 minutes is that offense going back through Tommy Snyder. It worked the first couple of games, and he's a real way to get that offense going through the middle of that zone.
So Hernandez looks to set up shop here for St. John's. Guarded tightly by Moore. Pressure right side, and View takes it away. View on the break. The layup, no good. Rebound, Snyder puts it back up. Maddox, and the layup is good. Good start here to second half for the Friars to get the lead back to 10.
And if you're Nick View, you just got to erase that layup from your memory. Apart from that, amazing start to the half.
Getting swarmed as Hernandez looks to get it to Krause. Open shot, that is confusion on the floor as it looks like it'll be free throws.
Yeah, you don't hear the term too often in basketball, but as that shot airballed, it was really just ball watching from the whole team. Estevez came flying in from the far side, and nobody had a clue what was going on for St. Anthony's. They really have to upgrade that attentiveness as this quarter keeps on going.
Estevez connects with the first one. And mix both to make it a 14-point game.
This is going to be a really interesting possession to see. The first real possession, they got those points on a fast break to open the quarter. Let's see what they open with here.
More zone so far as View is picked up by Hernandez. Mannix back outside. Gets it to View. Double teamed in the corner. Welling open three. Knocks it down. Chris Welling with his first three of the game. And the lead is back to 11.
An absolute perfection and execution there. If they can keep that going, this is going to be a really interesting second half.
Pargan, risky pass to Krause. Krause got View on his hip. Back out to Hernandez. He's had a solid first half and plus so far. Back to Pargan. Pargan looking for it on the block. It's to Hernandez, tips ball. Great defense by Moore. Pargan recovers it, and it is stripped away by Moore. Contact, and there will be a foul on the floor. It is Pargan looking for a foul, but so far swarming defense for the Friars this second half as Coach Logano wants the turnovers.
And if you want to look at it from a game standpoint, St. Anthony's really took a page out of the book of the Red Storm. I mean, what a start to this second half they've had. Of course, there's still a way to go, but this is exactly how they need to play to come back from a deficit like that against a team that plays like this.
Mannix gets the view in the corner. Mannix gets to Welling, kicks it back outside to Moore, gets it to Mannix. Fakes to three, Fader, and too strong. Rebound, Snyder. Excuse me, that's Welling, and he'll be going on the line for free throw. So Chris Welling getting active so far in this second half.
And you just said it. He's a real hustle player. We saw it a lot in the first half, but to no avail. With the momentum really swinging into the Friars' favor, that's going to be more important than ever for Chris Welling to keep this going. Looks like it'll be Theo Ewert coming in.
As the first one catches string, Ewert's going to replace Estevez as Hernandez looked to be checking back in, but stays back in there. Welling drains them both.
And one thing I really want to see, you saw it a little bit to open the quarter, but some communication here from the defense.
Pargan getting swarmed. They look to get it down low to Kraus, and Kraus is stripped. Hustle play by Welling hits the padding, but it'll stay with St. John's.
And still 23 seconds left on the shot clock. But the way St. Anthony's is pressing this team mentally, it really feels like this quarter is going faster than ever.
Risky pass there as it is taken back out to Hernandez, and 18 left to go on the clock. Gets it right side. Hernandez looking for the back door. Back to Estevez. Hernandez swarmed. Kraus fakes a three, back to Hernandez. Hasn't done much scoring, short. Rebound Snyder. He's whacked by Moore. Moore looking to push pace. Moore looking to body up the Hernandez. Snyder calling for the ball, gets it out to the corner. Mannix, nothing doing there. Moore pulls it back out, looks to recalibrate. Trying to get that Friars with a quick play, and it'll stay with St. Anthony's as the Red Storm touch it out of bounds.
And this is exactly the type of adjustment you like to see. They're playing quicker than ever, St. Anthony's, and they're playing inside the paint for the first real sequence of plays we've had so far in this game.
Welling outside, fouled on the floor, and that'll be Julian Estevez foul.
And Lynn's got tangled. That's his second foul of the game. But Estevez really been the main source of communication, real source of leadership so far here for St. John's.
As Estevez looks to be the main primary defender. Hits to Mannix in the corner. Guarded by Ewert. Moore swings it back out to Mannix. Can't handle it as Mannix is guarded tightly by Estevez. Snyder, and he obviously contact there.
And if you thought this St. John's bench was loud when they were winning, the Friars are making somewhat of a comeback here. They can cut the lead to 7, and this bench is more fired up than ever, but for all the wrong reasons.
As Snyder goes to the line. Wide right. And this is the first one. Snyder goes 1 for 2 from the line, cuts the lead back out to 8 as there's under 5 minutes to go left in the third quarter.
And on this one, look at Pargan here on the near side. He's getting free reign of whatever zone they're putting him in.
Ewert looks to go up and under, no good. Rebound Snyder.
Good job forcing the hard shot there from St. Anthony's. Really, I mean, they had some efficient shots. They had some good shots from deep.
Moore gets it to Snyder, back in the corner. We've seen that a lot. Welling That's money. Chris Welling hits the lead to 5. Timeout, Red Storm.
And those white jerseys are up out of their seats as this timeout gets going.
Chris Welling showing why he's the captain with a couple of good trays here early on in this third quarter of play.
And I mentioned it earlier, they need to find those hot hands. And they need to find those captains. Snyder, not quite got going yet. Of course, he did hit that free throw. But that's just a minuscule effort into what he really needs to be putting in. But Welling has been really showing out, especially from deep here, as we're halfway through this third quarter.
So far, a lack of Patrick Rouse in this third quarter. The star for the St. John's Red Prep looked really good in this first half, but so far the Friars have been able to contain him.
And you'll see it when we get back in this play. It'll be St. John's inbounding the ball. You look at the wings and you see Dylan Pargan and then you see Rouse at the top of the key. Those two have been getting free reign of whatever zone they're in. They're getting wide open looks, but it's almost like they're daring them to shoot it. I mean, you had 2 or 3 guys running over. It's almost like they're trying to psych out some of the better shooters on this St. John's team.
As Tim Richardson comes back in.
And 3 men in the backcourt here for St. Anthony's. They're going back to that full court press.
Gets it to Richardson, gets to Krause. Hits it to Hernandez. Pargan, back to Hernandez. Fakes a 3, gets view. Down low, gets the friendly bounce.
And just what you needed if you're Coach Kiggins. Almost wide open, some pressure from Snyder, but that was no difference for Rouse.
View open 3, short. Rebound, Estevez. Pargan pulling up the ball for St. John's. Hits Hernandez. Hernandez gets it to Krause. Guarded tightly by Snyder. Errant pass there, and that is out of bounds. Back court on St. John's as another turnover here in this third quarter.
And you're noticing it more than ever now. It's more of a mental game than not. It's a chess battle between Logano and Kiggins here on the sideline. And with a 7-point deficit for St. Anthony's to climb over, you really want to see what Sal Logano pulls out of his hat.
Swings it open to Welling. Welling cuts. To Moore. Gets it down the block to Mills for 3. No good. Tipped by Snyder. He's done a lot of work on the offensive glass. Mills open again for 3. Nylon. Tyheem Mills with the 3 to cut the lead to 4.
And just when you needed him, it's Tyheem Mills looking to save the day for the Friars.
Hail Mary pass in the defensive back for the football team. Moore gets the finish, and just like that, it's a 2-point game.
2 consecutive timeouts, exactly what Coach Logano envisioned in his head when he gave that halftime team talk.
Minute 30 timeout so far, and if you're St. Anthony's, you gotta like what you're seeing in this second half. I know I've been saying that a lot, but it has been a lot of St. Anthony's, a lot of this second half.
And what I mentioned at halftime, what St. Anthony's has been doing on offense, exactly what I mentioned. You have Snyder operating through the middle. They didn't really do that. They worked him more from outside the paint at the top of the key. But now that Snyder's getting involved, getting movement inside that paint, he's really gotten his guys moving more than ever.
Estevez, just seen him getting repairs on the scorers table, gets it to Krause. Another sloppy pass. That could be turnover, and it is. Mills puts it in. Tie game. Oh, and he's not looking. Tim Richardson wasn't paying attention as the crowd comes alive during this third quarter. Pargan. Hernandez back to him. Pargan gets it to Krause near the free throw line. Krause pulls out, gets it to Pargan. Pargan looking for Hernandez. Guarded by View. Looking for the back door. Stolen by Welling. Another bounce pass and another transition play for the Friars. 2-point lead for St. Anthony's. They're on a terrific run right now.
And first lead since the first quarter. And just like we both said, it's those captains, Welling and Snyder, just igniting this offense right when they needed it.
Now here's Richardson. Bounces to Hernandez. He's not looking. Another turnover.
And me and you were talking with Coach Higgins at halftime, and he said it himself. It's a game of two halves if they want to put this away.
As we see Nikhil Nagy check in for the Red Storm. Coach looking to make a change.
And the ball movement has been key. You have more people in motion than ever so far this game, Welling especially one of them.
And we're seeing them get out of that zone. Excuse me, as View penetrates. Welling fakes, pops, and that is no good, in and out. Rebound Pargan. Pargan looking to push pace. Gets it up to Nagy. Nagy tries to get a foul, doesn't get it. Rebound View. View coming the other way, and he is stripped on the, and it'll be on the floor for View as Grogan.
And risky play there by Pargan, who picks up his fourth foul of the game so far.
Yeah, if I'm the Red Storm coach right now, I'm telling Pargan, do not touch a stole.
And there's some confusion here on the sidelines as the Friars look to extend their lead to threes if you missed that first one.
As Amir Alston checks in for the aforementioned Dylan Pargan.
Yeah, Brian Descala, the ref on the baseline, wanted a foul on the ground, but ended up being free throws. And View extends the lead to three right there.
Estevez guarded. Richardson goes baseline. Foul. Can't get it to go, so he'll be shooting two.
And if anything, play the whistle if you're St. John's right now. They just subbed him back in. But Richardson, when he's hot, he can be a real spark off the bench.
Tim Richardson looking for his first free throws of the game. Swirls in, and he makes the first one. Can hear a pin drop here. Richardson makes them both from the line. 1 point game. Snyder galloping along the sideline, gets it to View. View trapped, and there's pressure. Friars having a hard time getting the ball across half court. Gets it to Moore. Moore, Euro, back in the corner. Welling, his three-pointer, no good. Layup and one. Kevin Moore doing what he does best, finishing through contact, and he'll go to the line to pick up the three-point play.
And sloppy start to that possession. I doubt that Coach Logano minds it at all. Kevin Moore finally putting his name somewhere in this game, and just at the right time with a chance to extend the lead to four.
Moore looking to extend this lead to 2 possessions. Gets it to go. Alston bringing up the ball for St. John's. Gets it to Nagy. Nagy defended by Mills. Swarming defense on him. Gets it to Estevez. Another sketchy pass as a bounce pass. And that ball is going to stay with St. John's.
And the gym is louder than it's ever been here at St. Anthony's. And I said it was a mental game. It's going to be interesting to see how the Red Storm can handle an 18-point swing from halftime.
As Welling checks in for Snyder, who's been all over the glass tonight. Gets it to Nagy. Nagy finishes through contact.
A beautiful play call there by Coach Giggins. Really the easiest shot they possibly could have asked for to answer this big St. Anthony's run.
Now here's Moore. Moore gets it to View, swings to Mills. Mills open three, no good. As there is a loose ball foul on the play. Chris Welling got fouled, a lot of contact there.
And I can understand where the anger comes from. Welling came flying over a pile of bodies there. And it did look like from this angle it came off his hand.
Mannix calling for the ball. Scott Estevez on him. Gets it back to Moore. Shot clock turned off. Last possession here in the third quarter. And speaking of a third quarter, a great one here for the Friars as they've taken the lead.
I think you got to get Mills in motion, or at least Welling in motion.
Gets it to Mills. Hits view. Mills, open three. No good. As there's a foul on the play, it's going to be Connor Mannix on the foul with 3.7 to go. That gives St. John's Prep a chance to collect their breath.
And honestly smart there for Mannix. I don't know if he meant it or not, but they had 2 men open on the fast break and 3.7 seconds left. They really need to pull something out here.
Heaves it to Kraus, another foul with Welling. So St. Anthony's living dangerously.
And St. John's still not in the bonus. 2.8 seconds left. Of course, they moved the ball up the court here, but 2.8 seconds. We'll see what they can do with it, hey? Really
Austin looking to inbound it. Gets to Nagy. Heaves up a prayer. No good. Off the backboard. That'll conclude things here in the third. Going back to Eamon Bevan, I'm Joe Wallace, and this has been the second and third quarter of the St. Anthony's basketball game here on the Friars News Network.
And welcome back to St. Anthony's High School here in Melville. We've got some CHSAA non-league action here in the fourth quarter of a match between the St. Anthony's Friars and the St. John's University Prep Red Storm. It's a 2-point lead for St. Anthony's after an electric third quarter. I said it earlier, they're a second half team, and they've really stood on that business so far this game. It was a second quarter of second quarters for St. John's. But it's a far different game than how St. Anthony's left it going into the break. With only 8 minutes left to play, you'd really want to see what last year's league finalists can make out of this one.
Yeah, I'm going to harp on that, Aim. A third quarter, certainly a picturesque one for the Friars.
And Tyheem Mills in the game still. This starting lineup that opened up the season as Mills drives into the lane, feeds down to back to Mills in the corner. And much more of a pressing 2-3 zone we're seeing here as it's back to Moore. Looks for Snyder down low. Quick pass back to Moore. Mills looking to pick it up. Back to Snyder. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Mills looked for a shot opening there. It's back out to Moore. With Nagy on him, weaves to the rack. Nothing there for him as Rouse takes it up. The 6'6" guard really got going in that first half. Not much since then. Oh, Estevez. 3 there by Estevez, and that's good! And St. John's crawls their way back into a lead. They're up 1, a minute passed in this fourth quarter. Boy, have we got one on our hands. Few driving in. Snyder. In on Rouse. Some finesse. And have you ever seen a ball get stuck there?
Yeah, don't need an in-depth commentary for that one. That one's just a plain old wedgie. We're probably going to need to get another ball.
And if Coach Logano doesn't want Snyder going for finesse layups, that might be a prime example why. You only have so many balls.
Underrated part. Excuse me. Another underrated part is St. John's is getting to talk it over as Chris Welling pokes the balls free.
You saw St. John's going back into that huddle there, but St. Anthony's a bit unfazed by this fighting back they're seeing from St. John's. And we'll see Nikhil Nagy inbound it here as the Red Storm look to close this one out. Open on a 2-0 record to start this 2023 campaign. And 2 men high up here. Estevez on the wing. Sinks in down to Rouse. Rouse hounded. Tried a shot, and Welling is all over him. And there goes the whistle, but it's an offensive foul. It's a push off. They're saying Rouse swung his elbows just a bit too much there. And when it isn't evident that Chris Welling is hustling, you can really see him getting into the head of his defenders.
Yeah, Chris Welling has had the captain's game so far today for St. Anne's.
As they're still down 1, 6:41 left to go in this fourth quarter. Coach Logano will look to talk things over. Joe, it's only been a minute 20 so far in this fourth quarter. What do you make of how St. Anthony's has really processed this second half?
Yeah, they've just been knocking down their open shots. They're getting to fall. And, you know, it's been a really good play defensively as they're getting into the passing lanes and making the best in transition.
And, Joe, who do you really think, since the rotations have changed in the second half, who on St. Anthony's has really impressed you and maybe impressed Coach Logano to really keep their name out on that court?
Tommy Snyder's been getting basically every offensive rebound on the glass. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. Second chance points are going to be huge in this one. This one's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be a fun one.
It'll be Kevin Moore inbounding. Fresh off a stellar season with the St. Anthony's football program, one of the premier defensive backs in the CHSAA. That's all in the pass now as Moore swings it to View. Welling jabs and gets it back out to View. Mannix wide open, steps into one. Back out to Welling. Snyder moving up. Off to Moore. Can they make something of this? He drives left. Mannix. Bodies in front. And good defense there by Prep. Rouse back with 2 men in front of him. Finger roll layup and a 3-point lead for St. John's. Just how they needed to get it done. You heard them in the huddle just now after that timeout. It's all about energy for the Red Storm. View now with Estevez on him. Welling in the post. Over a man. Won't fall.
That was a good move, though, by Welling. Just didn't get the finish.
And it's Amir Alston defending there. It was a mismatch for Welling. Couldn't get it to go. And good hands there. Quick hands by Moore. And through contact, he finishes at the rack. Back to a 1-point game. 5:30 left. 32 on the shot clock. And a bit too much for Jimmy Sandafrino to handle. And as much as you praise St. Anthony's for having quick hands on defense, View just couldn't execute there.
That's going to happen sometime. St. Anthony's percolating here so far in the second half. Yeah, I said percolating. My inner Walt Clyde Frazier.
Rouse in the corner, Welling on him. Double team comes. Hernandez. Rouse finds a man underneath. That's Alston. Gets a man jumping. But all he gets is a foul. That being said, it'll be 2 free throws for Amir Alston with 5:17 to go.
If you're St. Anthony's, you 100% take that trade-off. Alston had a huge, wide-open look at the basket from point blank, and now he gets to earn him at the line.
And you could hear from the huddle just a few moments ago during that timeout. You heard Coach Giggins say, we need some hot potato here on offense. Get that thing moving around that zone. How do you think that St. Anthony's can handle that type of ball movement from St. John's?
The thing is, they got to stay home. St. John's hasn't really shot the three too much, as this one's no good. Rebound Welling.
And Moore will look to take it up. Snyder top of the key. Plenty of motion down low as View finds his way to the wing. Moore waves him off. Snyder waiting for the play to unfold. It's back to Moore. 2-man game here. Throws it up. And the prayers are not answered for St. Anthony's. And a travel here. Bite my tongue, that might just be what they needed.
That's critical.
Make it up on D, make it up on D, make it up on D.
And a 2-point game here. St. Anthony's will take anything to keep their name in this game. Defense Snyder, top of the key. Off to View in motion. View fades from mid-range. A lot of contact there, but he keeps it. Welling fights through a double team and fights for 2. Tie game here. As the Friars on the Red Storm are locked like it always is. Both sidelines screaming for action right now. As in goes Richardson, swatted away by Moore. But the whistle blows from Brian Descala. He saw contact. St. Anthony's not happy, but they'll have to deal with it as Timmy Richardson is going back to the line for 2.
This is Richardson's second time at the line.
They had Kevin Moore there arguing that he went vertical. Refereeing crew not agreeing with him.
Makes the first, and that's always the huge one.
Second one from Richardson is Butter. And that's a 2-point lead once more for St. John's Prep. Chance of defense coming from that St. John's bench as View finds himself on the wing. Down to Welling. Can he get this one to fall? No, but he gets fouled. And another set of free throws coming here.
Welling's making his presence felt down low on the block. That's a lot of times that St. Anthony's has gone to him, and they're going to keep going to him if he's making his presence felt.
And Welling been excellent so far this season. Before this game, he's shooting 100% from the free throw line. We'll see if he can keep that going now. And the first one's good, as it'll be Dylan Pargan coming back in and Amir Alston coming out as we enter the clutch here in Melville.
Go! Blocked out!
It's worked so far this season for St. Anthony's, and they'll be going with a 3-guard lineup to close out the game, at least for now. Got Tyheem Mills, Nick View, and Kevin Moore. Not the tallest lineup, but it's what Coach Logano wants. This comes off the foot of Rouse, and Hernandez cleans it up. Open man in the corner. Estevez clanks off front iron. As Rouse hounding Moore. Snyder off to Moore, wide open, cannot finish. Unfortunate there for St. Anthony's, but Rouse comes back down the lane. Estevez corner. Hernandez wing, back to Estevez. Here's Pargan, won't go. And they'll say it come off St. John's Prep as we're tied at 52 with 3:30. It'll be Snyder and Moore taking it up. It's View in motion on the baseline to the corner. Fakes that one there. Snyder over Pargan. You can bet on that if you'd like to.
Yeah, and that's the foul trouble as
Estevez, Moore scrambled to get to him as Pargan resets play. Tries to find a man in the corner, not enough weight on it. Another turnover for St. John's Prep. And Kevin Moore with just under 3 minutes remaining. Back to View. Same set as earlier. Welling backing down. Same shot, same result.
yeah, and they are just picking on Dylan Pargan right now. I mentioned it before, the foul trouble, he has to go vertical. He does not want to foul out in this one.
And St. Anthony's smelling blood down low. He's Pargan on the wing. He'll let one fly. Can he answer? No. Hits off the side of the rim. Moore saves it, and View looks to take on a 4v5 as Estevez scrambles back on defense. Back to View. 3. Front iron, rebound by Snyder. And shot clock resets.
Get on that, Tim!
And Moore gets a chance to breathe with 2:11 left.
Snyder looking for a screen as they get to him. Risky pass.
Richardson tipped that, yeah. There's going to be Tahim Mills, 18 seconds left. Plenty of time wasted from this shot clock as we're under 2 minutes. Moore off on Hernandez. Snyder down to Welling with Estevez. Again in the horn. Chris Welling is pure cash right now, and there's nothing they've done to stop it. And it's a 6-point lead that could turn to 7 after this free throw.
Yeah, the post moves from Welling, making this one a lot more doable for St. Anthony's.
How many timeouts we got?
And it's just the wonder of high school basketball. 6'4" Chris Welling with 8 straight points in the paint. Played small forward all last season, but he's loving it at center, especially tonight.
Yeah, and that small ball, Welling is 100% capable of stretching the floor and knocking down the three.
That free throw falls with 1:50 left. It's the largest lead of the night for St. Anthony's. Can the Red Storm answer? It's poked free. Snyder can't get to it. And he pleads with the sideline referee. But 28 seconds on the shot clock.
If I'm the Red Storm, I'm thinking I'm calling a timeout. And they do just that as 1:43 left. Yes, I had the script as this will be a 30-second timeout. Friars up by 7.
And Joe, what do you want to see to close this game? No matter what happens on this offensive possession for St. John's, how do you want to see St. Anthony's answer and possibly close out this game?
Well, on the defensive side of the ball, stay home, protect the paint. There hasn't really been an outside game for St. John's Prep so far. And on the offense, got to keep feeding the big dog in Chris Welling. He has takeover right now, and he has earned his money in this one. The varsity baseball player getting it done.
And Welling, one of the many elite names on that list of dual sport athletes that play for this prestigious St. Anthony's basketball program. And it'll be Hernandez underneath, the 5'7" guard who's given so much tonight. And no changes in terms of substitutions for St. Anthony's. That's Hernandez. Scanning the court. No
They're looking for a box and one.
And turnover there. Mills stole the ball, and it's up to Moore. Mirror play in motion here. Off to View on the handoff. Back to Moore. And Welling isolated underneath. Rouse on him this time. Good matchup there. Pick and roll. Two-man game to Welling. Not a favorable roll. And a foul on Welling. He looks starstruck right now. But at least for St. Anthony's, they're not in the bonus.
Yeah, St. John's is starting to finally realize they put the big man Rouse on him, and Welling wasn't really able to back him down, but he was able to get a good look on that roll.
And quick steal here by View. View got it poked out by Rouse. And with 1:11 left, number one took it up.
Stifling defense here from the Friars. Back-to-back steals on possessions. As they look to close this one out, only a couple more possessions. This one could be the dagger.
And this was exactly what Saligano had on his wish list when he went into that halftime break. Just winning play after winning play from everybody he's put into this game. Moore off to View. Mills, shooters all over the floor as Moore crosses in. Welling, head fake. 14 seconds on the shot clock, over to Mills. And now it's Moore, driving right. Back out to Welling. 4 seconds on the shot clock, lays it up, swatted away. It's Amir Alston who came back into the game and immediately made an impact on the defensive end. 3 seconds. Might be just enough time for some magic here. And Welling, top of the key, heaves it. Off front iron. And quick hands there. And it came off the knee. It came off the knee of Hernandez. And another crucial turnover. as this game might as well be out of reach now for St. John's Prep.
Yeah, look for them to foul really quick on this inbound as they use their third timeout of the quarter.
And to come back from down 7, 35.6 on the clock. They would need a miracle here in Melville.
Looking ahead, St. Anthony's has All Hallows, Hempstead, Kellenberg, and St. John the Baptist ahead the final of the 2 games after the new year and on the road. So make sure to tune into those.
And that's 5 straight away games. This is the last home game that St. Anthony's will be having for the next month. That is crazy. Nonetheless, Joe, how do you think games like this, non-league games, but tight games, competitive games, can really play into how St. Anthony's start their league campaign?
This is where the veteran leadership comes into play. This is a really young team. However, they do have obvious leaders like we saw today. As Snyder looks to get the ball in for St. Anthony's.
As Welling all the way in the backcourt. As a decoy, as Mills holds on to it, and Mills is the one who will be fouled. Still, time is going to be coming off the clock here for St. Anthony's, as they still need one more foul out of St. John's to get in the bonus. No more shot clock here as we're under 34 seconds. And Snyder quick off to Mills. Contact there. Foul by Ulster.
As we see the offensive specialists near the scoreboard for St. John's Prep, they want a quick 3 to get back into this one.
And this could make it a 9-point game here on the bonus free throws. And it'll be Hernandez, Richardson, and Estevez coming back into the game as Mills gets ready to unload his second free throw. Makes it an 8-point game there, 30 seconds left on the shot clock, and no timeout called. Rouse still looking for a shot, finally gets it up to Ulster. Richardson loses it. It was tipped away by View, and Welling gets hacked, and that might just be it, Joe. It just had to be Chris Welling, who was the hero for St. Anthony's in this fourth quarter, given everything he could. And both the coaches and fans from St. John's Prep are absolutely fuming with the refereeing crew right now, as Welling could make it a 10-point game. They came into the half down 14, St. Anthony's, and they clawed their way up 10.
Yeah, I do kind of have to agree with them. We both heard the smack in the booth here in this one, but honestly, ultimately, and respectfully, I don't think it'll matter too much as this one gets back up into double digits.
And nothing they can do about it now. As Richardson almost lost it there, Rouse has to heave this one up, and he hits it. He is a sharpshooter, you can't be surprised. And he makes it a 7-point game, only 9 seconds left though. This game might just be out of reach.
I feel like they should have gotten him more involved, Rouse. Knocks down another 3 off the dribble, and if you are St. John's Prep here, you're playing the foul game. St. Anthony's has to execute and hit their free throws.
And we just have to see how much time St. Anthony's can take off the clock here. As when you get it to your guys like Taheem Mills, Chris Welling, the guys you really want to take in your free throws, you want to waste as much time as possible. You saw that on the last play. They had Welling all the way in the backcourt as what ended up being a decoy. But I would put it on St. Anthony's running right back to that same play to get Chris Welling, an 100% free throw shooter for this season, back on the line. As this lineup you're seeing come out onto the floor. Welling, Moore, Mills, Snyder, and View. Absolutely elite showcasing of everything this St. Anthony's program has to offer, at least so far in this season. All 5 returning members from last year's team that lost in the finals to Chaminade. This is quite the impression they're making. There's a football pass down to Moore from Welling. And plenty of time off the clock there, exactly what they needed.
Yeah, there's that varsity baseball player in him. Looks for the home run ball and gets it and takes off a good chunk of change on the clock. 6 in, a few ticks to go.
And you could just tell, if you're a CHSAA football fan, you got flashbacks to that punt return against Chaminade that Kevin Moore had. He was streaking down the hardwood this time around, but he's got some breakaway speed that's very rare out of many players that you see, especially from a guy who's a sophomore like Moore.
He's a really special athlete as he gets that one to go. 3-sport athlete.
And they look to roll it here. Couldn't get much distance on that. And the clock runs down to 3, and that will be it, folks. In their third matchup of the season, coming all the way down from Astoria was St. John's Prep. A heck of a second quarter by the Red Storm, but even better from the second half by St. Anthony's. The final score ends up 64-55. I'm Eamon Bevan, joined here at the booth by Joe Wallace. To all of you tuned in, thank you, and we will see you on the next one.